Guys, let's get into it, man. Y'all know I've been covering the final series. It's game 6 tonight. I project the Pacers will lose. That being said, I seen Jason Whitlock drop a video a couple days ago talking about Tyrese Haliburton's superstar rise and how it's going to crash in OKC. Haven't seen this video, man. Let's get into it. Just want y'all to like, comment, subscribe. I know he's a staunch Pacer fan growing up in Indiana. So I figured this would be a good backdrops for me to talk about this series and just Tyrese Haliburton in general. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into it, man.
Last night, Tyrese Haliburton got humbled. And I am someone who is a big fan of.
I don't think I really agree with that. Got humbled. I mean, when people far exceed expectations, it's hard to really just say that they've been humbled. I just think that there's holes in his game, just like a lot of players, where he just needs to get better. Again, Tyrese Haliburton, he's 25. Am I saying that he could be so much more better? Maybe, maybe not. He's at that threshold. We'll see. But he's a pretty good player for what he's become so far, man. And he's a great leader for this team.
Tyrese Haliburton. I'm a Pacer fan. This kid has reminded me of Reggie Miller, has reminded me of the heyday of the Indiana Pacers. And this kid has a faith journey. He talks about the Bible and how important it is to him. And I love everything about this NBA Finals series, partially because I'm a Pacer fan, but also because I'm telling the players on both of these teams, very likable, very relatable. If you don't like this kid, Jalen Williams, that had 40 points last night for OKC and was tremendous, you're just an idiot. If you don't...
I'm not going to lie, y'all. He's right. Both these teams are very likable. The players, I would say Tyrese Haliburton is more likable. Now, I picked the Thunder, and I want the Thunder. There's no part of it, there's not an ounce in my body that wants the Indiana Pacers to win this championship. I just don't. And it's mainly because the Thunder, to me, are just a well-built team, a better organization. And then just to add on top of that, all of the hate that Shai, and I don't want to call it hate, some of it's justified. Some people like Scap, and no disrespect to Scap, of course. I just don't agree with their takes because, yes, Nikola Jokic has a worse team, but if we just use rosters and teams and say he had no help, then what's the point of making videos where you criticize and talk about the help that LeBron had? Because LeBron has had, when he was younger, he didn't have as much help, yet I still believe he could have did better than what he did. And I would put the same thing for Nikola Jokic in situations, because it's not like Nikola Jokic. He might not have any role players, but it's not like everybody on his team is trash. Are they all-star level players? No. But when we look at the Pacers, who's an all-star? Who's the other all-stars on the Pacers? The Thunder, they got a couple of all-stars, but that's another story for another day. So I just don't want to sit here and critique. I don't think it's right to critique anybody for having not enough talent when you say that they're the best player in the world. If you're the best player in the world, you figure it out. Jokic has had 2 years since the year he won a championship to figure it out. Now, is this team doing him a disservice? Absolutely. Letting Bruce Brown go, disrespectful. Letting a lot of players go just in general, KCP, and honestly, he just has horrible ownership. But at the same time, you're the best player in the league. A lot of it does have to be on your shoulders. Now, I think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander should have won the MVP. I wanted him to win the MVP. I think he should have won it. Why? The biggest reason, on top of him just being a phenomenal player, and I don't want to say he got snubbed last year, but he was a second. He was second in MVP voting. Could have went either way. Glad it went to Jokic. But this year, the difference between last year and this year, and even if you wanted to say Shai was the same player, which isn't true because he's gotten a lot better. But even if that's where you were going with it, this year, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and his team won 68 games. 68 freaking games. An MVP caliber player winning 68 games is phenomenal. The last person to win anything close to that was Jordan in 97 when he won 69. The last team to ever win 68 games was the 1973 Boston Celtics. That's how long it's been. Before the modern era of the NBA. So give him all his flowers, and he deserves to have the MVP. It does not deserve to go to Jokic, regardless of what his roster is. You feel me? And mainly because it's not like Jokic is playing with trash. Like, you guys put it up there as if Jokic, it's like Jokic, Robert Sacre, Slava Mavadinko, and Kwame Brown. No disrespect to Kwame. You feel me? But y'all just make it seem like Jokic is just out there with bums, plumbers, and firemen, according to JJ Redick. And that's not the case at all. Jokic has very capable players. Aaron Gordon, phenomenal player. You feel me? Phenomenal role player. Honestly, still could have technically been a star. You feel me? When you look at Michael Porter, phenomenal player, pretty good player. Has IQ gets to him sometimes. And Jamal Murray, though he showed up out of shape, who should be whooping his ass? Jokic. Like, there should be no case where any player on this team shows up out of shape and Jokic ain't on their ass. Because Jordan was doing that for everybody except Dennis Rodman. Like, you got to get on their ass. You're the team leader. You allowed your second in command to come in fat. That's how I look at it. A lot of onus, when you're the best player in the league, a lot of onus has to be put on you. I cannot treat you like a victim at any point. It has to be put on you. If not, then why are you making all these videos about LeBron? That's how I kind of just be looking at that situation. Therefore, that being said, Shai Alexander, to me, deserved the MVP. I think right now he's the top one or second best player in the league. I think he's on the best team by far. I don't think there's another team in the league right now that's really messing with them, especially since the Celtics, since Tatum tore his Achilles. Like, I don't think there's really anybody that's going to match him even next year, because you expect Chet Holmgren to get even better, especially with this finals appearance and the experience down on his belt. Back to Tyrese Haliburton, he's not one of those guys. Like, let's be honest, Tyrese Haliburton, 12th best player in the league, 13th. Know what I'm saying? And that's no disrespect to him, because it's amazing that you could be ranked around there and get your team this far as the best player on the team. And you also have to take into account, like, when you compare him to Shai, it's not even close. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is just miles ahead of him. Miles ahead. Anybody who got anything else to say about that can meet me in the comment section. For sure. He's miles ahead. It's not even fucking close. And he's a better defender. He has a better IQ. Tyrese is just one of the most clutchest players I think I've ever seen. Him and his team, I've never seen a team ever this clutch. Never seen it. Can't even explain it. It's so bizarre, because these games, honestly, it should have been a 4-0 sweep. But because they're so clutch, they've gotten 2 games. The second game, I mean, it should be like 4-1, because they did deserve that game 3. But at the same time, I think if you start off at your home court down 2-0 and being blown out both games, I think that the Thunder could have found a way to win that third game. But with that being said, it's a testament to their mettle, which makes this entire series very entertaining. But I do want to say, when it comes to personalities, Haliburton has the best one out there. When I look at Shai, just to go against what Whitlock said, he's not that. His personality isn't that great to me. He does sound like he's not from America. Like, he's just, I don't know. His personality is cool, and I'm happy for him, and I'm rooting for the team, of course. But he's not like Michael Jordan or anybody else that you listen to him and you go, wow, that's incredible. He's just a player, a really good player. You feel me? Personality kind of resembles most players who play who aren't from America.
Appreciate SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and the way he plays, the way he's a combination of Rip Hamilton and Kobe Bryant, somewhere in between those. He's not Kobe, but his ability to create his own shot, get any shot he wants on the floor, his commitment to the mid-range jumper. This is a wonderful NBA Final Series to watch. These players are likable.
And they are definitely likable, and I kind of agree with that Kobe Rip Hamilton when it comes to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I do not like the flopping, y'all. I freaking hate it. Excuse me, I'm trying not to cuss, but I hate the flopping, bro. It's annoying. It needs to stop. But at the same time, outside of the flopping, incredible player, incredible scorer, better than anybody I've seen since Kobe. Honestly, from the two guard position, like way better than James Harden. I think he's a better player than James Harden. He's also a two-way player. Like we're talking about a two-way player on the best team. He don't got a Kobe personality or Mamba mentality or savage mode to him where, you know, in the last seconds he's just gonna do some crazy shit. He'll be there, he'll make a couple of shots, sometimes he'll miss. It is what it is. Still likable player. And for this generation, you need him. Like you need a guy who's a sniper for one, right? But you need a guy who has so much in his bag, like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, to be one of the best players in the league. You feel me? His personality to me is closer to Tim Duncan than it is Kobe, but you need a guy like that, and he's that guy. And honestly, what I really love about this series, it does mark a testament to the end of yesteryear. The guys who should have been retired, aka LeBron James, who should have retired 5 or 6 years ago to give these players a chance to take over the NBA and usher in a new era. And then also Kevin Durant, who should be out of here. He should have retired 2 or 3 years ago. These guys need to go. Steph Curry, you're welcome to stay. You can still contribute to a winning team. You're still on your team. You're welcome to stay for another couple of years. You'll get the type of style you play shouldn't even age out like that. Everybody else, all these old heads, Paul George. And yes, I'm talking about Paul George. And yes, you can add Kawhi Leonard to that list too. They need to get the fuck out the league, and especially James Harden. Russell Westbrook can be a role man a year or two more, but he needs to leave too. These guys need to get up out of here. I get it. They y'all best players. Y'all love them, but y'all, if y'all got a problem with what I'm saying, meet me in the comment section. Meet me in the fucking comment section. Them dudes need to get the hell up out the league. All of them. Bye-bye. Go. The OGs in the league should be Giannis Antetokounmpo and Nikola Jokic. Those should be the OG big dogs. These old-ass farts need to freaking go. And yes, everybody said but Steph Curry. Get out of here. Go somewhere else. Anyway, that being said, this is the first year where you really got to see these young bulls go to work. You feel me? Last year, Celtics just felt, I don't know why they're just so unlikable. They just are. And they cakewalk to a championship. And Luka Doncic is, I don't know, man. He's up and down, man. It's cool he's a Laker. Yeah. I still don't know how to feel about that guy, to be honest. But Haliburton, like him, and I still think he can touch top 10. I think he possibly, if he's playing like this in the regular season, you can see him touching top 5 status. One thing that you have for him is the fact that if I compare him to Shai, it's not even close, like I said. But also, when Shai was 25, Shai was not this guy. He was not this guy. You feel me? Shai is 27. Tyrese Haliburton is 25. And in the last 2 years, Shai blew up. So when Haliburton still has a chance for next season and the season after that to be looking like one of the greatest, to be up there, to maybe even be in MVP conversations if he's lucky. But this does have to be a humbling experience for him. I don't think the Pacers are done. As long as they keep this roster, maybe add one more piece. Y'all know what I say. Go for Bruce Brown. Go for Bruce Brown. Trade the dude with the braids for Bruce Brown. And you might be really looking at the Pacers Thunder again next year. You get me? But with that being said, we got to see what the Pacers can do in the regular season because they too off and on, bro. In the regular season, like I always preach on this show and on this channel, the regular season is where you really made it. The finals, the playoffs, that's where you get your legacy, but you got to put the work in the regular season first in order to even get to the damn finals. One year you get lucky. You don't get lucky. Lightning don't strike twice for most people.
Really like Tyrese Haliburton. I like what he and Caitlin Clark have done for the entire state of Indiana Indianapolis, and basketball and the whole 9 yards.
Ready to lose the hat and regrow the hair? With Choose by Hims, you can regain your hair and...
But Tyrese Haliburton got humbled last night. He played arguably the worst NBA Finals game, maybe the worst playoff game in the history of the playoffs. There's some stat.
That game he played last night was worse than LeBron James in 2011. We now have somebody who played a worse game than LeBron. But the only difference is LeBron was supposed to be the best player in the league that year or the second best player next to Kobe. That's the only difference. Tyrese Haliburton isn't one of those guys yet. He's not considered the next GOAT. He doesn't have that on his resume like LeBron was supposed to have. But he did play a worse game. This dude had a nothing burger. 0 for like 6. Who the fuck takes 6 shots in a finals game? And you're the best player on the team? You only take 6 shots? Atrocious. And then only had 4 points because you had 4 free throws. What a disgrace. Disgrace. And it's unacceptable. Players like Haliburton need to be talked about. And a bad light. You need to get on his ass. The media won't do it, but you need to. Your team depends on you. And I don't want to hear all y'all talking, well, he was hurt. Oh, his ankle. Then get your ass off the court. Warriors don't get to complain in the middle of a battle. My shoulder. The hell you doing on the battlefield? Get your ass off and sit and coach your team from the side and hand them waters during break. Waters and Gatorade. Get your ass off the damn court. Man, that pissed me off. Again, though, it's a testament to his regular season. Hot and cold. We're going to start calling Tyrese Haliburton icy hot. He keep playing like this. He going to be icy hot Haliburton. Not what the helly. What the Haliburton. That's a shame.
That someone put out that called this. Yeah, Tyrese Haliburton is the first player in NBA Finals history to record 0 field goals, 0 steals, 0 blocks, 3+ turnovers, 3+ fouls, and 30.
Disrespectful. This is disrespectful to basketball right here. For you to be the best player on your team and perform like this. Absolutely atrocious. And it definitely needs to be called out. We sit here, we call out LeBron all the time for what he did against the Dallas Mavericks. And he had, 6 points was it? 8 points. Horrible. We get on his ass all the time. You can't have somebody like Haliburton performing like this. Now, granted, like I said, Tyrese Haliburton ain't LeBron or what LeBron was supposed to be. 2011, LeBron was considered the second or first best player in the league next to Kobe. Right? And Dwayne Wade. For y'all who forget that LeBron had a top 3 player on his team. But he didn't even perform this bad. Now, Tyrese Haliburton ain't a top 10 player in my eyes. I never saw him like that. Don't think he is now. He has an opportunity. He only 25, y'all. He only 25. He has an opportunity next season to blow up. But you got to be way more consistent than this. And for y'all who want to hit the comment section talking about he was hurt, then why the hell was his ass on the basketball floor? You do not join the battle when your leg is broken. You can't be in the military talking about your shoulder, your arm, or something and hop on the battlefield. Get your ass off the battlefield and go somewhere else because this ain't for you. You just going to get everybody killed. We ain't got time for that. This is absolutely atrocious. And now we can officially say somebody has a worse performance in the finals than LeBron did. The best player on such and such team.
30+ minutes. Worst final performance of all time. Tyrese Haliburton got humbled. He's having a lot of success. And I want to stick, and I'm going to stick with him because I like him so much, and I think he's such a positive force, and I think there's so much upside to him, but he was clearly injured and hurt and lame. He fell down in the first quarter, checked out of the game, went back.
Oh, Jason Whitlock, you should stick with him. Yeah, it's a horrible performance. I don't mean you drop him, jump ship. Can he ever win a championship for this team? I doubt it. Like, if I was looking at the future for the next 5 years, I don't see Haliburton holding up a trophy. Personally speaking, I mean, they might. Like, they got a good chance just like anybody else, but they look like the type of team that's more close to a Utah Jazz, 97, 98 Utah Jazz. They probably like that type of a team than they are winning a championship, unless Haliburton absolutely explodes next season. Next season, his 26th year, the starting of his prime. If he explodes and becomes a different player, we could see this team winning the championship. I doubt it. I see them. I obviously, though, without a doubt, I see them making the finals again at least once in the next 5 years. Do I see them winning? No. Why? I just think the Oklahoma City Thunder have done far too much, more than anybody else inside the league when it came to developing their team. This guy, bro, y'all don't realize the Thunder got like 3 first round picks this year. They got like 3 first round picks next year. They got like 4 the year after that with a couple of pick swaps, and like 5 or 6 first round picks in the next couple of years with like 2 or 3 pick swaps. Bro, it's absolutely ridiculous what they have to rebuild this team with role player after role player after role player, and they've spared no expense in their developmental team and in their drafting team, the scouts who go out and draft. They spared no expense on building the right people and personnel, which I believe now with the Lakers just selling their franchise, that they're going to spend millions and billions of dollars on their developmental team and scouting reports as well. But with that being said, I don't see the Pacers. I don't think they have enough assets to put enough players around here unless they do something spectacular like trade for Bruce Brown. Drew Holiday, Bruce Brown, or Alex Caruso have won many of the last 5 championships. Everybody talks about we've had a different championship in the last 5 years, this and the third. Well, outside of the Golden State Warriors, when they won, when you look at all the champions, when you look at 2020, Alex Caruso. When you look at 2021, Drew Holiday. 2022, the Warriors. 2023, Bruce Brown. Look at all these teams who have won. 2024, Drew Holiday. 2025, Alex Caruso. How many times I gotta say this? I'm about to do a separate video explaining this, because I feel like people don't really pay attention to that, or it's just a tidbit that goes, somewhere else. But you need one of those guys to win. I'm sorry, it's the record showing me those are the role players you grab. Just like in the in the 2000s, if you had a Ginobili, which the Spurs kept, or the Derek Fisher, if you had one of these specific players, it was like you was basically guaranteed a championship, or if you got there, you were gonna win. They're the guys who do all the dirt. You need one of them, especially from the guard position. Look, this video is getting long as it is. I'm gonna talk about this on another segment. But Game 6 is tonight. I expect the Thunder to blow out the Pacers in their own home court. I expect them to win a mightily hard-fought game. I expect Haliburton to probably have at least 15 points. Even if he's hurt, he's just going to chuck up some shit. So with that being said, though, like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate y'all watching.